9 ways to get rich faster without having money in hand. Have you ever wondered why some people can build a business worth hundreds of millions in just a few years, while you and I grind away for a decade and still struggle with just a few thousand in the bank? The truth is simple. They don't try to do everything themselves. They leverage people, money, technology, credibility, and relationships. And that's exactly how they accelerate far beyond the rest. Elon Musk doesn't personally assemble every Tesla. Steve Jobs didn't write every line of code for the iPhone. And Mark Zuckerberg didn't single-handedly turn Facebook into an empire. They succeeded because they knew how to leverage. In this video, I'm going to share with you 9 of the most practical leverage strategies that the wealthy quietly apply every single day. This isn't theory. It's a set of strategies you can start using even if you only have a couple $100 in your pocket. And I promise, if you stay until the end, you'll walk away with a clear roadmap, how to leverage, where to begin, and how to apply it to rise from zero. But remember, this channel isn't for people who like to sit still, complain, or daydream. This is Mindset for Wealth, where I share real financial strategies, success mindsets, and practical wealth-building methods for those who are ready to break through. If you believe you deserve more than the life you're living right now, hit that subscribe button. Because I guarantee, after every video, you'll find yourself moving faster, further, and stronger than you ever thought possible. Have you ever noticed that no matter how hard poor people work, the best they achieve is just enough to get by? They wake up early, put in 8 hours a day, even work overtime, and save every penny. Yet after years, their lives barely change. Meanwhile, some people, within just a few months, can open a store, buy a car, invest in real estate, or even build an entire business system. The difference isn't about who works harder. It's about who knows how to use leverage more effectively. Poor people often think success is the result of personal effort alone. They believe that if they're persistent and hardworking enough, success will eventually come. But the harsh truth is, working alone is like rowing upstream with your bare hands. No matter how strong you are, your speed will never match someone who knows how to set up a sail and catch the wind to go further. The wealthy are simply those who know how to harness the wind of others. You can see this clearly in business. One online seller tries to do everything alone: writing content, taking product photos, handling customers, packing, and shipping. At the end of the month, they make only a few $100s in profit. But another seller, right from the start, hires collaborators to process orders, brings in freelancers to run ads, and uses technology tools to support operations. After just 1 month, their revenue quadruples. That person didn't work more. They simply leveraged resources. And that's exactly why the poor remain stuck in the loop, while the rich keep moving further and faster. Mistaken belief. Doing everything yourself is the only way to succeed. From childhood, we were taught that we must do everything on our own, be good at everything, and rely only on ourselves to be worthy of pride. Parents would say, "You must study well. You must work hard if you want to succeed." Teachers would insist, "Self-reliance is the most solid path." And so, we grow up with the belief that asking for help or leveraging others is weakness, that it makes us less deserving. But take a look around. How many hardworking, talented people are still poor? How many graduates with top honors work tirelessly 8 hours a day, only to find that after 10 years they can barely cover rent, food, and a little savings? The problem isn't their work ethic. The problem is that they've boxed themselves in with a false belief: I have to do it all myself. They think only they can do things right, that no one else can help. They avoid asking for support, resist partnerships, fear borrowing, and fear being taken advantage of. As a result, they remain stuck with only their own 2 hands and limited time. Meanwhile, the wealthy understand that success isn't a solo game. It's a systems game. You can't be the builder, the architect, and the supervisor all at once and still expect to raise a skyscraper. You need a team. You need a system. You need leverage. The poor see that as a burden, but the rich see it as the secret to moving faster. And if you still hold on to the belief that doing everything yourself is the only right path, then that very belief is what's keeping you trapped in the endless cycle of poverty. The rich use leverage instead of doing everything themselves. Have you ever wondered why an average person can only make a modest monthly income, while an entrepreneur can run a company that generates hundreds of millions in revenue? It's not because they're thousands of times smarter. It's because they understand one crucial concept: leverage. Poor people usually rely only on their muscles and their time. They trade every single hour of labor for money. The harder they work, the more exhausted they become, and they're always limited by the same 24 hours a day. The rich operate differently. They don't throw themselves into every task. Instead, they multiply their strength by leveraging people, technology, money, and systems. Take a simple example. A small coffee seller wakes up early to brew, serve customers, clean up, and handle payments. In a day, they might sell just enough cups to get by. Meanwhile, another person opens a coffee shop but hires employees, uses a point-of-sale system, and taps into online delivery platforms. The result? In just one morning, they sell 10 times more. The second person isn't working harder. They're simply using leverage. The wealthy constantly ask, how can I do this faster, bigger, and smarter? And the answer always comes back to leverage. They don't need to master everything. They only need to master choosing the right levers to maximize their time and energy. If you still believe you have to do everything yourself to be safe, you're holding yourself back. Leverage is the key that takes you from small, limited income to true financial freedom. No one succeeds alone. There's one truth most people overlook. No one in this world becomes successful by themselves. Think about the people you admire. Elon Musk may be a genius, but he didn't personally tighten every bolt on a Tesla, nor did he write every line of code at SpaceX. Steve Jobs didn't spend sleepless nights coding the iPhone's operating system. Mark Zuckerberg didn't single-handedly turn Facebook into a platform with billions of users. They all had teams, systems, and talented people who were better than them in specific areas, working together to build greatness. The poor often believe that success is a personal achievement. They think they have to prove their ability by doing everything on their own. But the more they try to carry everything alone, the more limited they become. The rich, on the other hand, understand that success is a team sport. They focus on their strengths, and for everything else, they leverage the strengths of others. That doesn't make them weak, it proves their wisdom. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. Alone, you might move quickly at first, but you'll soon burn out. Meanwhile, someone climbing with a team, with people carrying supplies, someone leading the way, someone providing support, will reach the peak faster and safer. Business success works exactly the same way. If you still think that fighting alone is what makes you truly worthy, you'll likely stay stuck at the starting line. The world doesn't reward those who struggle in isolation. It rewards those who know how to connect, leverage, and move further together with others. You always have something to trade, even without money. One of the biggest reasons young people miss opportunities is because they believe they have nothing to offer. They think that in order to leverage others, they must already have money, connections, or at least some reputation. But the truth is, you always have assets to put on the table. You just may not recognize them yet. It could be your attitude, your time, your skills, your enthusiasm, or even an idea that can be turned into real value. You may not have capital, but you have time. A busy entrepreneur is often willing to give you a chance if you're ready to invest your time to learn and work without immediate pay. You may not have expertise, but you can bring enthusiasm, discipline, and a fast-learning mindset in exchange for the opportunity to work alongside those ahead of you. You may not have reputation yet, but you can bring positive energy, creativity, and the ability to support others. All of these are currencies you can trade. The wealthy understand the principle of win-win. They give and they receive. The poor, on the other hand, often think, I have nothing. Nobody needs me. That mindset locks them in poverty. In reality, everyone has value. The question isn't, do I have something to offer? The real question is, am I willing to put what I have on the table? Once you step into the game with that mindset, you'll realize opportunities open up far more than you ever imagined. 9 ways to leverage for wealth. 1. Leverage people. The poor often think hiring others is an expense, but the rich see it as an investment. You only have 24 hours in a day, but when you leverage people, you multiply that time many times over. A small shop owner who tries to do everything alone stays busy but barely profits. Yet by hiring a customer service assistant or a freelancer to run ads, they free up time to develop products and find more customers. Successful people don't do everything. They focus on what they're best at and delegate the rest. Mub 2. Leverage money. The poor fear debt, but the rich treat it as leverage. The issue isn't whether to borrow, but what to borrow for. If you take a loan to buy an iPhone, that's a burden. But if you borrow to stock products that bring profit, that's a wealth-building tool. Every major corporation in the world uses debt as part of its growth strategy. The poor avoid it out of fear, while the rich learn to control it. You don't need to borrow big. Start small, move fast, and use borrowed money to generate cash flow. 3. Leverage time. You don't need 5 years to figure things out on your own. You can shorten it to 5 months by learning from others. That's leveraging time. Instead of trial and error, tap into the experience, lessons, and failures of those ahead of you. A course, a mentor, or a community can save you years. Smart people aren't the ones who do everything themselves. They're the ones who borrow time from others to move faster. Time is the most valuable asset, and the rich never waste it on things others can do better. 4. Leverage technology. In today's world, technology is your invisible assistant. The poor shy away because they feel unskilled, but the rich experiment and adopt it early. In the past, you needed a physical shop to sell. Now a Shopee or TikTok shop account is enough. Before, you had to master editing. Now AI or CapCut does it for you. Technology saves time, cuts costs, and scales faster than ever. Using it is like hiring dozens of tireless assistants while you focus on strategy. 5. Leverage other people's credibility. If you're starting out, you don't need to wait until you're famous. You can collaborate with those who already have credibility. A single recommendation from an influencer can completely change your growth trajectory. The rich know reputation is an asset, and if you don't yet have it, you can borrow it. Standing next to the right person or collaborating at the right time can save you years of brand building. This is why many startups scale quickly. They have someone vouching for them from day one. 6. Leverage distribution channels. You don't need to build your own sales funnel from scratch. Instead of waiting for customers to find you, use platforms that already have traffic. Shopee, Lazada, TikTok Shop, big fan pages, or community groups all are distribution channels you can tap into. The poor waste time building a small website and complain that no one visits. The rich place their products directly where customers already are. This shortcut saves marketing costs and connects you to the right buyers immediately. 7. Leverage existing ideas. Success doesn't require starting with a completely new idea. The rich don't reinvent the wheel. They borrow what works and make it better. Look at big brands. Most drew inspiration from earlier models and improved them. Facebook learned from MySpace, TikTok from Vine. The poor obsess over being original, while the rich care about being effective. If a model is already working, you can study it, refine it, and turn it into a better version. 8. Leverage brands. A newcomer might spend years building trust, but by partnering with an established brand, the path shortens dramatically. Becoming a distributor, an affiliate, or joining a franchise system are ways to leverage a brand. When you attach yourself to a trusted name, customers immediately believe in you. The poor want to start from zero to prove themselves, but the rich climb on the shoulders of giants to go further. 9. Leverage relationships. In business, who you know can matter more than what you know. One timely introduction can open doors you could never unlock alone. The poor often stay closed off, hesitant to connect, while the rich constantly expand their networks. They give value, maintain win-win relationships, and know that each connection can become a lever for breakthroughs. If you want to go far, learn to leverage relationships, because the biggest opportunities always come from people, not textbooks. Bạn có muốn tôi viết lại 9 cách này thành script chi tiết cho video YouTube? Mở đầu, triển khai từng cách, ví dụ minh họa, kết thúc kêu gọi hành động, để bạn dùng quay video luôn không? Leveraging strategies by age. Not every stage of life calls for the same type of leverage. The wise know how to choose the right timing and the right tools. In your 20s, your greatest assets aren't money, but time and energy. This is the stage to leverage time and technology. Instead of wasting years on trial and error, learn from those ahead of you. Find mentors, join communities, and study their experiences. Use technology to save time and multiply your efficiency so that one person, you, can perform like an entire team. Your priority now is speed of learning and adaptability. In your 30s, by now you've gained some experience and skills. This is the time to leverage credibility and systems. Choose the right community to join and the right partners to walk with. You need acceleration. You can't afford the slow pace of your 20s. Borrow credibility from others. Tap into existing distribution channels and save years of building from scratch. Your 30s are the decade of breakthroughs, and breakthroughs only happen when you're willing to rely on systems. In your 40s and beyond, at this stage, you carry maturity and social credibility. Now it's time to leverage capital and relationships. Friends, partners, and investment funds are often ready to back you if you have the right mindset and a clear project. Relationships become your most valuable asset because one timely introduction can open doors that change your life. At every stage, the key is knowing which lever to pull. If you choose the right leverage at the right time, you'll go further, faster, without having to rely solely on your own strength. Don't be afraid to leverage. Take action now. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck is this. They know, but they don't do. They nod when they hear about leverage. They agree it's how the wealthy move faster, but they never take action. They wait until they have enough capital to start a business. Wait until they master every skill to try. Wait until they have enough connections to step into the market. And you know what happens? They wait their entire lives and never begin. The truth is, you don't need to have everything in hand to start. The rich don't wait until everything is perfect. They begin first, and then figure out how to fill in the gaps along the way. They borrow capital, borrow skills, borrow relationships, and use each as stepping stones on their path upward. The poor, on the other hand, hesitate. They're afraid of owing others, afraid of failing, afraid of being judged. But that fear is the very chain that keeps them trapped in the cycle of poverty. Don't let your pride stop you from asking for help. Don't think leveraging others is weakness. On the contrary, it's wisdom. No one builds a skyscraper with their bare hands, and no one becomes a millionaire without support from others. So if you're still hesitating, ask yourself, do you want to keep moving slowly on your own? Or will you grab the helping hand that's reaching out and move forward faster? Your answer will decide whether you stay stuck or finally rise. After hearing all 9 ways to leverage, the most important question is no longer whether you understand, but what you will do next. Information alone won't make you wealthy. Action will. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is simple. Successful people pick even one small thing and start immediately. If you don't have money, leverage time and technology to learn faster and work more efficiently. If you lack credibility, collaborate with those who already have it, or align yourself with a strong brand. If you're short on capital, start small with borrowed funds and move them quickly. Don't wait until everything is perfect to take your first step. Perfection is just an excuse for delay. The longer you wait, the more opportunities slip away. The rich aren't afraid to start from zero. They're only afraid of standing still. And if you've made it this far, it means you don't want to stand still anymore. So choose one of the 9 levers I've shared and apply it today. Even one small action can set the current of change in motion. If you found value in this video, hit subscribe to Mindset for Wealth right now. This isn't just a channel for financial insights. It's a community of people who dare to think big, take action, and break through from zero. Alone, you can go fast, but together, we can go far. I'll be right here with you in the next videos, turning mindset into action and action into results.